It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Good early morning, Holly Roush, tuning in from the Panhandle of Florida. If you've heard of Ellis Beach, Florida, we moved down here a couple of years ago from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and really excited to bring you this onboarding today. You're going to be hearing over several weeks about how to get people started in this business. And I love it because you're going to hear from great leaders. And you're going to hear maybe the leaders say things in different ways, but we're all sharing the same thing, and that's getting you started and launched properly. This is great one for a brand new ambassador that's just getting started, but it's also a great refresh for those of you who have been in a while, and maybe you need to get reinvigorated and get reminded of the basics of building the business. I started in the industry almost 20 years ago as a stay-at-home mom. I had done pharmaceutical sales. I loved what I did. I loved to work. I loved to be around people. But once my second was born, we were just in the position with Corbin's job that I was able to stay home and raise the kids. After, the third was born, so I have 3 young boys. After the third was born, I was open. But what I didn't want to do is go back to corporate America. I didn't want to be tied down to a certain job, certain hours, being managed, told what to do, when to do. I wanted the freedom and flexibility to earn an income while raising the kids. I wasn't actively looking. Didn't know that I was open. And someone shared this amazing opportunity with me. They shared this amazing network marketing. It's something I never thought I would do. I was invited to all the parties. I went to my friends' houses. I bought the cheapest thing in the catalog because I had to go to more parties that week. But no one really explained the opportunity in a way that made sense to me. There was never products that got me excited, and it was the health and wellness aspect of this that got me excited because people need and are looking for better health, but also the fact that by sharing better health, you can earn an income. It made sense to me. I'm one of those that I love to share things, whether it's a great experience, a hotel, your hairdresser, a clothing brand, a workout gym. I'm always sharing those things, but those things are never sending me a check or even saying thank you for sending people. And I love to refer people. But in this business, every person that I share these amazing products with, I get paid. And anyone that those people share it with, I get paid off them too. And I loved that residual income. And I loved the fact that I got to do the things I enjoyed the most, which is helping people physically and financially on my own terms by raising my family and having the flexibility and the freedom to do it from anywhere. And so if that's you as you're watching this, I'm talking to more and more young moms that are looking to stay home. They want to be home to raise their babies. And what can they do? This profession is perfect. I'm also talking to people my age in their 50s that are working full time still and they want to retire. They want more flexibility and freedom because they want to be around their grandkids or soon to be grandkids. And they're like, I need an exit plan. I need a 3 to 5 year plan. We've got that for you. And of course, there's lots of dads, guys out there that are looking for the same thing. This is a business that you can do from anywhere, anytime. And so I'm going to share a little bit how. It's so important as you're getting started in your business or as you're launching someone, start them off the right way. Get them connected. So make sure you're joining, 3 International Facebook page, your team Facebook page. So whoever your upline is that brought you in, they're going to share with you how to get connected through the community because this business is so much, not just about products, not just about an income, but it's also about the community. People will stay with you forever if they just know that you care and you become a part of something that's bigger than yourself. I would download the app WhatsApp because this is really how we communicate. It's how we communicate as teams, and it's how we communicate the leadership of the corporate team. They're constantly feeding information. And so it's really important to get on that because you want to stay active and plugged into everything that's happening. Know your line of sponsorship. What does that mean? Who is the person that you said yes to that brought you to 3? Then you're going to find out from them who's active above them that brought them in and all the way up. What that does for you is it gives you names, phone numbers, contact info of people who are actively pursuing their 3 business. So that way, if the person that brought you in is not available, you've got somebody else you can call and connect with. Make sure you're checking out the 3 Wall International with that 3 Wall. That's where we're putting all our corporate information. We're constantly launching new promotions. There's trip promotions. There's product information on there. It's a great wealth of knowledge, and I really try to at least once a week get on there and check it out. And your email, you're going to get this email constantly that kind of shares what's going on in 3. So I love that as well. Make sure you're scheduling a time with your sponsor, the person who recruited you that you said yes to, so that you can launch your business properly. Set goals with them, share your why with them. And that's how you're going to get your business growing. We're a turnkey system. That's what I love. Everything can be done right here from your phone. I love that we can connect right here through Zoom. We've got people joining us this morning from all over the world. And that's all because the use of technology. So you can literally build your business from the beaches, from the mountains, from a hotel room, from your bedroom, from your living room, from a swimming pool. It's absolutely incredible. And so you want to make sure you're getting plugged into that. You're going to download your 3 app. So every person that gets started in 3, immediately you're going to help them set up a username. And now this is their self-replicated website. It's $30 to join 3 International, and that back office and the app that you're getting would cost thousands of dollars in any other company. You're getting it absolutely for that $30. It's unbelievable. We have all these social media pages, plus your teams are doing those as well. I would just start thinking about your story. This is the number one thing that you need to know as you're getting started. So many people want to call and you want to share someone else's story, their why, but really your friends are getting started in 3 because of you. They want to know why you said yes. And so I want you to take that time and develop a 2 to 3 minute story of why you said yes to 3, why your friend Julie called and said, hey, have you heard of 3 International? I'm excited about it. It's a way to get healthy, earn some extra income. I'm doing this. I'd love for my closest friends to do it with me. Are you open? And think about what that looks for you. Some people, it's the residual income. It's just having those additional dollars. The cost of everything has been rising, but our salaries and income in our traditional jobs has not. As a matter of fact, we're seeing layoffs and different things happening constantly. And you can't always rely on that income. And so it's really nice to have that residual, a fallback plan. When we got started in this industry, I'd been in it for about 18 to 24 months. I was earning at that point already what Corbin had taken 13 years in his corporate business to earn. And his boss came in to him and cut him by 2/3. He said, hey, I wanted you to make you're going to make 1/3 of your pay. He was 18 million of the company's 40 million in sales. He's like, I want you to take 1/3 cut in pay. put a smile on your face and get out there and sell. And here I was working for a company that the sky was the limit. The more people I was willing to share it with, the more people I was willing to talk to, the more uncomfortable I was willing to get, the more comfortable we were going to be financially. And that's what happened. So when his company came in, this company that we thought was solid, that we could rely on, that was growing, the owner of that company, his name was on the door, and he got to decide what that income would be and cut him by 2/3. Thank goodness I had said yes to a plan B, because we did not know our plan B would become our plan A. And when his boss did that to him, he was able to walk away from that business, and we've done this together full time. So residual income, all of a sudden, your plan B can become your plan A. But don't wait until it's too late to start that plan B. Have it going now. Some people it's just for fun travel money. When I started, it was just to have some extra spending money. I wanted to earn $100 a week. That was my goal. That was going to be my spending money, my pedicure, manicure money, my clothing, shopping money. But little did I know that 100 would become 200, 400, 600, 800, thousands, tens of thousands every single week. We love to travel as well. Maybe it's time freedom for you. Corbin had a full-time job that was working a lot of hours, up early in the morning, late at night, traveling the world. And I wanted more freedom for him. We had 3 young boys. I wanted him to be there. I wanted him to be at their sports games. I wanted him to be able to coach the kids, and not miss like the most important times in their life. Maybe it's just improved health. You're going to have people who join you literally just because they want better health. They know the products work, but because the products work, because they love the way that they make them feel, they're going to tell other people. And you're going to have some of you, it's about the community. There are going to be people that maybe never make $100 a week. And that's what they stick at, but they don't care. They're in it for the community, the people, the culture. And so think about what that looks like for you. When I started, my why was I wanted just some extra spending money. But as the business grew, my why continued to evolve and change. It was like, hey, what if Corbin could retire instead of at 65, 55? And all of a sudden it was like, what if he could retire at 50? And then at the age of 42, he was able to retire from corporate America, and we live our life by design. So today, what's my why? What drives me? It really, like I said, is to help young moms. I want them to have the life that Corbin and I have been able to create. And I know that they can get it from this industry. My why is women and men who are my age who want to retire and they want to be with their kids and grandkids to be there soon. And I know this is the vehicle that can get them there. So think about what that why looks like for you. That's the story that you're sharing with someone when you call. And when you call them, their mind starts thinking of not only maybe that's their story, but someone else who could relate to that. So when you're getting started, it's placing an appropriate initial order. So as you're sitting down with someone, sometimes we want to just tell them what they need to order, like go the cheapest thing. Like let's just do an intro pack when they were more than capable of getting the pro collection pack. Whatever you start with, that will duplicate. So if you start with the big pack, everyone you talk to, you have a better chance of them doing the big pack. If you start low, they're probably all going to start low. You can't do an intro pack and then tell someone else, hey, you need to do the pro collection pack. And they're going to say, well, what did you do? Well, I did the intro, but you should do this. Well, why? So stretch yourself, set up your smart ship. This is your residual income. Every single person that I bring into the business, I start with a appropriate initial order. I tell them to stretch themselves. I also set them up automatically on Smart Ship. Yes, some of those packs have some Smart Ship built in, but you still want to set it up. This is important because the way that binary works, all those points are banking week after week after week. But if people aren't placing their orders every month, it goes to zero. That's like throwing dollars in the trash. It makes 0 cents. So set people up on Smart Ship, at least 60 to be active. I recommend 120 CB, which is like 2 boxes of Eternal. Why? Because most people might have a spouse or another family member that lives with them or children. If you love them, you need extra product and make sure they're using it as well. And then our first goal for every person is to help them become qualified brand ambassador, meaning getting a brand ambassador on their left and a brand ambassador on their right on an appropriate initial order and set up on their Smart Ship. My goal, I love to do this in the first 48 to 72 hours. I set them down, we find out their why, we help them build their list, and we say, who on that list can we call right now that will do this because you're doing it? And let's call them and get them started. The sooner you can help them earn a check, the more people that they're going to go out and tell. It doesn't matter if the check is $20 or $500. They're excited that they just started a business, and in their first week, they already earned a check. Help them get their fast start. Here's a different packs to choose from and why these are so important. An intro pack is someone who's just like, I'm going to try a few of the products, kind of tip my toe in the water. The premium pack I love because it's one of everything. I think when you're launching your business, you need one of everything for sure, at minimum of the 3 products, because you need that product line in front of you. You may be so excited about the eternal product, but there may be a friend of yours that is taking a collagen and they're pouring it in their coffee and it doesn't work, but because you don't have the collagen, you can't go share it with them. So it's important to have it. Or maybe someone that you're talking to is not feeling well and you wished you had the immune to give it to them. And you're like, I've got this immune product. Well, by the time you ordered it, they would already be feeling better, or they've gone to their local GNC to purchase something. It's so important. And I think you need to touch it, feel it, display it at your events. So the premium pack's great. I love the business builder pack. And of course, the Pro Pack. And here's why. One, the Pro Pack has obviously so much benefit built into it, a savings of over $450. But what it really gives you for me is product. This is your franchise in a box, right? So it shows up your house. Not only do you have products for you to start using, which is so critically important, but you have products to share. If you want to build a business, you can't grow a business from an empty cart. You don't open a clothing store, have no clothing in there, just some catalogs, and say, hey, come look in the catalog and pick what you like. People want to feel it. They want to try it on. They want to see how it looks. Our health and wellness is no different. People want to touch it, feel it, taste it. So make sure you have enough product. The other benefit of having this Pro Pack is you have product for yourself, and you go sign up your friend Sue and she gets the premium pack or she gets the Pro Pack. You have one of everything you can give Sue to start her business day one. And when her product comes in, she can give you that product back. Now, Sue didn't wait till day 4 or 5 for her shipment to come. Sue gets to get started right away because you had enough product in your inventory to help. Now, don't look at the Pro Pack as, oh, that's my whole year of product up front. That's a consumer. You're a business builder. A business builder has all of this product up front to place it. This is an investment into your business. You should be going through that within your first 30 days in the business, either giving it to people or selling it to people, but getting it in people's hands. And so this is where you've got to choose wisely to launch your business properly. Set your goals. It's so important to set goals. Write them down. Attach dates, realistic dates to those goals. Maybe it's a goal for income. I want to get my product paid for, at least earn enough income that pays for my product every single month. I'd like to do that in the first 30 days. I want to get to 1 star, or get someone on your left and someone on your right within the first 72 hours. I want to hit 2 star by this date, 3 star by this date. On a walk convention at a brand new rank. And so you're writing those dates down. I want to earn $500, $1,000, whatever it is. It's so important to write those down because it'll hold yourself accountable. I love daily activity. And to me, one of the most important daily activities is to be contacting people on your list. I know Kim talked about building a list the other day. Samson's talked about building a list. Every one of your leaders talks about building a list. And I love to write it down. I think it's important to write it down, or I put it in my phone in my notes. Why? Because if you tell someone to build a list of 100 names and they didn't write it down, all of a sudden they call 1 or 2 people and they're like, everybody said no, I can't think of anyone else. But if they wrote a list of 100 names and 2 said no, they got 98 more to go. This is why you want names written down, and you get to that list. And what is your goal? Think of what your goal is for you. Mine is 2 to 3 new people every single day. I'm going to reach out to them, share with them why 3, why I'm excited, why I'd like to sit down with them, and why I'd like them to join me. As you're sitting down with them, you're going to place product. You're going to have it. I always have product with me. I love to carry around the Eternal, the collagen, the Vitality, why they're easy to tear and share. We need to be tearing these products and sharing them way more than we are. I have those in my bag, purse, ready to go at all times, everywhere that I go. If you don't have product, you're not in business. So I would go look in your cabinets, see what you have, and I would load up on inventory as soon as possible. You're going to follow up with everyone you're placing that product with. This is why it's so important to place product. It gives you a reason to follow up. Hey, I left you with that Eternal. I left you with the collagen. You get a chance to start it on the collagen. Take a picture before and a picture after. I'd like to give 3 to 5 samples of each. You're not going to have an aha moment. That's not what it's about. It's really about them tasting it, feeling it, getting that glutathione in their system, getting that collagen in their system. The Vitality, the supplements. I don't hear many people talking about daily supplements that they notice a difference, but Vitality, I hear it all the time. But I love to give something, whether it's marketing brochures, whether it's product, because it gives me a reason to call them and follow up. Guys, your phone's not going to ring. People get busy, but they will answer when you call and you follow up. Hey, did you get a chance to try it? Tastes good, right? What do you think? Here's how we can get you started. We've got this promotion, whatever it is. We've got an event for you to come to. That's another way that you follow up. As you're contacting people and you're contacting these 2 to 3 prospects every single day, you're sharing an event that's happening, whether it's a Zoom event, whether it's a home event, a regional event that's happening in your area. There's always something you can invite them to, and then you follow up. If they had a chance to get on, if they didn't show up, then you can invite them to the next thing and constantly be working on self-development, reading books. It's so important for your mental health. So those income producing activities that you should be doing every single day. So many people are like, man, I work 3 all the time. Maybe it's not growing like you want, but they're like, I work it all the time. And you really ask them, like, let's get out your calendar. Let's see what you're doing. They're not doing the income producing activities. They just happen to be thinking about it 24/7. If you can start doing these activities at the beginning of the day, you can relax and get the other things done that you need to. So what is that? Develop that list and write it down. Start reaching out 2 to 3 people every single day, or sharing the opportunity, whether it's sitting down at a coffee shop one-on-one, which I love, kind of going through the PowerPoint of the opportunity that we have. Maybe it's showing a recording of an opportunity overview that someone in your team has done because you aren't comfortable with presenting yet. Maybe it's inviting them to a home event. Maybe it's getting them on the Monday night global opportunity Zoom. Whatever it is, you're inviting them to something. Be aware of what's happening. I always like to look at the beginning of the week of the happenings of the entire week. And we have so many things we know we can count on. Monday night, the global opportunity. Tuesday, Empowerment Tuesday, which is so important because it's giving you tips and tools to work with every single day in your business. And then the Wellness Wednesday, which is so powerful, talking about the products. And again, I go back to the fortune is in the follow-up. So many prospects are left untalked to. No one talks to them. No one follows up with them. Someone else may swoop up and follow up with them because you never did. Make sure you're keeping track of everyone. With that list, don't prejudge anyone. You never know who might be interested. So many times we prejudge because they have too much money. They don't have enough money. They don't seem healthy, or they're too into health, or they don't have enough time, or they got too many kids. Don't ever prejudge. You never know who's open and looking. I do know this. Everybody's open and looking to better health. And I don't know many people who don't want an extra stream of income. We hear it all the time, the gig economy, people doing things on the side. That number is growing astronomically every single day. People are looking for a side gig. Make sure they know you've got something. So we're talking about those exposures using your upline. That's why they're there. They have more experience than you. They want to see your success. They have success when you have success. Know that line of sponsorship. Get them on 3-way calls as you're calling a friend where you're brand new. You don't know how the answers to every questions that they have. Hey, let me get you on the phone with my friend Marisa. She can share a little bit more about the product. She can share a little bit more about the opportunity, about our team, and leverage the tools in the app. They did some statistics on the app, and they showed those who are sharing tools, whether it's videos, PDFs from the app, are sponsoring more people, recruiting more people. It was like for every 5 things shared from the app, somebody was signing up. Are you using that app enough? I would encourage you, set a goal. I'm going to share from the app at least 5 things every day to someone, to multiple people, new things that you find in that app. Fortune is in the follow-up. We talk about the stats. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% only make the second contact and stop. 12% only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% make more than 3 contacts. Most sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. Make sure you're following up. Follow up with the people you're reaching out to, those who attend events, those who missed an event, social media connections, those you've shared product with, and the list goes on and on. So I want to encourage each of you to take these things and take actions. No excuses. This business, if you look at a year from now, your life can be changed forever, both physically and financially. I see it over and over again. I was sitting with a friend of mine yesterday at the pool. She was the very first person I brought into this industry. We came in as stay-at-home moms. She actually at that time had been working a full-time job. It was supposed to be part-time. They actually worked her full-time. She got paid part-time pay. I had signed up in this industry. She had signed up with me, but just was using the product, never doing anything. But week after week, more and more moms and dads were joining. People's incomes were starting to go up, and she was still making that same pay at her corporate job and putting more and more hours in. Finally, she said, enough. I've got to do what y'all are doing. And she became one of the very first millionaires in our business. And it's been incredible to watch because through her life, this business changed her life because of that income. It set her financially free. She did great by it. She invested in it, and she has over $1 million saved today because of it. And as a single mom is making things happen and isn't so reliant on a corporate salary because of the income she built here. Do something today. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your friends. Everyone you know needs to know about 3, and shame on you if you hold it from them. I think 3 is too much of a best kept secret. It's time to get the secret out. We need to be a household name. It's changing people's lives physically. And I'm here to tell each of you, this business can change your life financially, but you have to do it. You have to get uncomfortable. And the only way to get comfortable is to do those things that are hard. Calling somebody. We all get no's. I get no's every single day that I still reach out to people, but I'm still calling them. It's easy to have conversations with people. I was staying at someone's home and she was pouring collagen in her coffee. And I'm like, Mary Beth, what are you doing with that collagen? Oh, I'm putting my coffee. Do you notice anything? Does it help? Well, I mean, I don't think so. And I said, no, it's probably not because the molecules are so big. I doubt that it's absorbing through that coffee. I've got something for you to try. And I ran back to my room and I brought her our collagen. I brought her our Eternel and I brought her our Vitalite and said, you need to try this. And she tried just a couple days, just liked the way it tastes, liked the things that I told her, sent her things from the app, did her research, and she got signed up and she is using that product and ordering them for her and her husband every single day, all because I took that little opening and shared that. I was playing Mahjong with a couple ladies and one of them was talking about glutathione. She's like, oh, I just ordered this liposomal glutathione for my husband. And I said, well, I've got something I think you'll like even better because it has resveratrol, it has the glutathione, it has CoQ10. She was like, oh, he takes CoQ10. I said, I've got something for him. I'm going to run it back to your house. The other girl was like, what else do you have? So we started talking about the collagen, Vitalite. I ran all those products to each of them and followed up and have them signed up on the products and working to build teams in their area, all because I took the opportunity. I listened to the cues that they were talking about, and I was able to share that. We had a realtor that was at our house the other day, and he is a former professional football player, and we've got a former professional football player on the team. Do you know him? We started talking about that. Tell me what you have. We had our products, and we were able to share it with them, following up with him. It's having those conversations, looking for the door, and when that door is open, walking right in and having the conversations. Too many of y'all get nervous. Do not be scared to share. Everybody needs what we have. Chances are they're taking some sort of product that we have, but nothing is better and greater than 3 in the way that we absorb, the way that we work, and then the income that you can earn. If not 3, what? There's not another company out there. We will be a household name, a billion-dollar brand, and you have the opportunity to be some of the very first to get it started. Book your Zoom event. book your home event, get with your upline, have them come present. The more meetings means more money. You've got to expose people. You've got to get in front of them. You've got to start talking. I can tell you this, when people say, man, my business isn't growing, the first thing I say, let's get out your calendar. Look at your calendar and you'll see what's really happening in your team. Work like your dreams depend on it, because that's exactly what happens. So success demands sacrifice of your sleep and entertainment. Turn off the TV. Well, you don't need to watch those reality shows. Create a reality show within your own family. That's what we live every single day. So I'm going to bring up some guests that I have on here. They're going to share a little bit of their background, why three, why they said yes to this.
Yes.
Well, welcome, Sue. We're going to start with you. We have Sue Carney, 3-star out of Knoxville, Tennessee. I've been with Sue for many, many years, probably 15 or so years of the 20. And I love watching her growth. And Sue's actually phenomenal. She's just one of those personalities, the energy that people just reach out to her. She's active on her social media. She's active in calling people. And so it's just been fun to watch her growth over the years. And her team just loves and adores her. So Sue, I just want you to take a couple minutes. I want you to share a little bit about your background, what it is that you do, and why you chose 3.
Okay, thanks, Holly. It's a pleasure to be here. Sue Carney from Knoxville, Tennessee. I've been a realtor here in Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 20 years. I also am a 26-year breast cancer-free survivor. I hate to use that word survivor, victor. And then I'm a wife and mother of 2 adult children. I'm an empty nester. And I've been in the industry 11 years. And I said yes to 3 for many reasons. Some of the reasons are my health became important to me. And so I would research products all the time and look for clean products. And when I saw, and I'm not a, holistic doctor or anything, but when I do know ingredients. When I saw what was in these products and then the absorption and everything that I was looking for were in these products. It checked all the boxes for me. Like, it was a no-brainer. And I also like to help other women with these issues. So I thought I could help a lot of people too. And then the next big reason I joined 3 was, as a realtor, I've sacrificed my family by doing real estate. It's, if you make the money in real estate, in any business really, you just don't have time. So I needed something that could give me my time back. And I saw people that in this industry that had time and money. And I thought, that's too good to be true. I was really a skeptic of the industry. But I knew these people, like, they truly had time and money. So I jumped in 11 years ago. But with 3, I saw also, not only could I have time and money and a retirement plan, I saw the comp plan here, because I knew some comp plans. And I saw that we had the best of the best here as far as leadership. And I saw also that we had systems, we have everything. So that's why I jumped into 3. And also the community, I'm in a lot of communities. That part, I'm like, I don't need that. Some of my closest friends are here at 3. And what I love about 3 is we're unified. It's not like your team, my team, their team. Everyone's unified. Everybody's rooting for each other. And I love that. And that's been all the difference for me. So there's everything here. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm so excited to keep sharing this with everyone. So that's my reasons for joining 3. And I can't wait to see what the future brings to all of us.
I love it, Sue. And you've been so consistent. And that's something that we didn't talk about in the presentation, was just the importance of being consistent and persistent, not giving up, and constantly sharing when you have those opportunities. And Sue, being a real estate agent, she has a niche there. A lot of real estate agents are open and looking. And so if you have friends who are real estate agents, it's feast or famine. You can have really great months, really great years, but then you can have times where it's a slump and there's not a lot happening. And so it's a great niche to go after. She knows that's her gift. That's her people, that's her community, and she's really been in that wheelhouse. So Sue, thank you so much for jumping on. We appreciate you. Now we're going to bring up Marisa and Chris, both tuning in from Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if they're at their home or where they are, but Marisa, I love her. I always rely on her for her health knowledge, and she relies on me not to have it. And so every time I come, she's like, wait, you need to sit down and let me talk a little bit more about the products. And I love this business because you partner. A lot of times I say with your weakness, there may be areas that you're really strong in, and it's fun to find a partner where maybe your weaknesses are. And it's just fun to have team members that they have different passions. And so Marisa, her passion is definitely health and wellness. She'll share that, but it's been fun to see the light bulb go off and switch to the business. And then of course, her husband, Chris, I've watched them for a lot of years where it was Marisa out front. But it's fun to see Chris just as out front. He has a background personal training. He'll share that as well. But it's fun to see husband and wife because they have different gifts and talents, and people relate to that. A lot of times the girls are like, oh, I want you to get healthy, but the guys are like, show me the money. So it's fun as a husband-wife couple, you can have a little of both. So Chris and Marisa, tell us a little bit about your background and why 3.
Thanks, Holly. Can I go first? Let me go first. Okay, I'll go first. So my background is really varied. I've been a small business owner for over 23 plus years. So I've always been entrepreneurial. And it's interesting because it's funny to hear you share how I've gotten like interested more in the business part of it, because I definitely have. But I actually started in the industry because of the income opportunity. So we were introduced to the industry about 5.5 years ago when our daughter was in a health crisis, and she's healthy and fine now. But during that time, I actually lost my business. I had basically because it wasn't sustainable while she was in the hospital, and I was looking for income and introduced to the industry. And I didn't really do anything with it at the time, but it did bring us wellness, and it actually brought solutions for us. And so when 3 launched, it was like right at the right time for me mentally to be like, oh my gosh, I can bless so many lives in the health space, but also I can bless so many lives by community and income opportunity and all of the things that we have here. My background is I'm an integrative health and functional nutrition practitioner. So the products actually have to really match a lot of things for me. And it's hard for me to find products I will get behind and refer to clients and attach my name and reputation to. So that was really big for me. 3 has so many amazing things that I could talk about for 30 minutes, like Holly shared, that I definitely am passionate about the science and the research that we do here. It's so unique. Nobody's doing it. So that was really appealing to me. And also that we're new and there's such a need for what we have globally. I mean, there's such a need for all of it, for the proactive wellness line, for the community, for the ability to earn extra income, for the travel. I think that that's one of the reasons that we both enjoy like working towards something is we've met so many people. We've traveled more than we've ever traveled. We share with our daughter, like she's gotten to go hike out west multiple times. We're going again. She's been out of the country. She's only 7. And it's because of 3. So I'm excited for our future, and I can't wait to share it with just whoever's ready and open to listen. On to you.
My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Holly and I think Marisa might have mentioned, we both kind of work in health and wellness. I do, at this point, I shifted out of doing personal training. I do a lot more of like, I work at my daughter's school as a phys ed teacher. I do after school youth programs. I coach sports. Over the years, coach football, wrestling, and now I'm a track and field coach. And
you have your own gym.
And I have my own gym. And, one of the things I said recently to somebody was like, it was in a joking manner, but it's kind of true. It was like all the stuff that I get interested in most doesn't really pay the bills. And like, we want to have control over what we do, which is kind of why we're self-employed. We want to do the things we want to do, but we also want to spend time with each other. And a lot of my work would be in the after school hours. And that's time that Marisa and Emmy are both home, right? So I'm missing out on that part because I'm out in the gym or I'm coaching somewhere else. So I want to try to free up some time, and honestly, it's just the freedom part of it, right? And if we could add another element and add another profit center kind of to what we want to do that we both are in alignment with, the products are great. We met great people, like Marisa said. I totally agree with that part of it. It's opened up our daughter's eyes to a bunch of stuff too, which is fun and exciting to watch that. So you're just kind of treating it as a business. And I think, I mean, I brought this up before, you know, Corbin's like, if you could just talk to 1 or 2 people a day, and this could change your financial situation, like, would you do it? And I think when you think about things that way and you frame it that way, there's probably only one answer, and it would be yes. Um, so you just, you know, get out there and talk to people and try to build something, and it's all in alignment with things that we believe in. So, you know, it's not like we're selling for some other company or things that we might not be passionate about. It's all in alignment. So it has been good and positive and enjoyable.
I love it. That's amazing. And you guys all kind of went through the list of whys, and it's fun to see everybody else's and how your why kind of evolves as you.
Yes.
And this is why it's so important to share your why with people, because all of a sudden in their mind they start thinking they can see themselves in that, or they can see maybe their best friend in that. And so as we close out today, just want to remind people, think of what your why is. Try to tailor that story like both of these 3 people just did, in 2 to 3 minutes. You know, why 3? And they did it so eloquently, but it's saying it over and over again. It becomes easier and easier. And your why can evolve. Get that list out. Start contacting people on that list. Get someone on your left and right. Even if you've been in a year, get someone on your left and right. Help them. The lifeblood of your business is brand new people. And it's being persistent and consistent every single day. And your life can change forever. Thank you for joining us on this early morning, and we will talk to all of you very soon. Thanks for jumping on. Bye.